Breaking tonight, radical Democrats on Capitol Hill, they have a brand new hero with their multi-trillion-dollar socialist agenda now stalled in Congress. It appears it might be Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell throwing Democrats a lifeline. Now, in a backroom deal apparently struck, according to reports, with Chuck Schumer, McConnell is apparently thinking about or has agreed to a raising of the debt ceiling, giving Democrats more time to use what's known as the process of reconciliation to ram through their $3.5 trillion new Green Deal socialist agenda. As a reminder, reconciliation, that is a procedure that allows the U.S. Senate to pass certain budgetary bills, not amnesty, without a filibuster-proof 60-vote majority. But keep this in mind. This is a time-intensive process. Now, with the debt ceiling looming just 2 weeks away, reconciliation was not an option. Other Democrats are now saying they prefer to use their special occasion nuclear option as a means of raising the debt ceiling. Although Republican sources telling me tonight they will not stand in the way. If the Democrats are going to raise the debt ceiling on their own, they won't stop it. That's on them. Mitch McConnell needs to stop with this old, outdated Washington, these swamp ways of Washington. He should not lift a finger to help the socialist Democrats rob future generations blind, because that's what this bill will do. If you raise the debt ceiling, they're going to waste all of it, and they're going to steal it from our children, our grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. In other words, Mitch McConnell, tonight, you need to stop being a swamp creature, and if you want to be a conservative leader, you need to start acting like one. And if you can't do that, you really do need to step aside, because God only knows what will happen in reconciliation. If the Democrats choose the nuclear option, that will be on them. And so will all the predictable consequences that will be a result of this spending orgy of theirs, especially robbing future generations of their inheritance and destroying the greatest wealth-producing country in history. For years on this program, I have appropriately many, many times pointed out when Republicans are weak and spineless and visionless and pathetic. By the way, that's why I'm a registered conservative. I'm not a registered Republican. It's why the establishment, frankly, lost to Donald Trump in 2016. And for 4 years, yeah, Donald Trump did stiffen their spines. Some are getting wobbly again. Lindsey Graham tonight speaking out against this grand swamp compromise, telling Mitch McConnell not to extend the debt ceiling. Let Democrats do it themselves. Why? According to Graham, this extension will likely result in trillions in new spending, trillions in new womb to the tomb, cradle to the grave, social welfare programs that will overpromise, underdeliver, create more poverty, false promises, and debt into eternity. Trillions of dollars, inflation through the roof. This type of Green New Deal socialism is not good for this country. Any Republican or conservative should know this is bad for our economy. Joe Manchin from West Virginia, just a little less strident, changes his mind seemingly every 30 minutes. Okay, I don't know if he's going to stop most of the $3.5 trillion spending bill. I have no idea. He and Kristen Sinema would need to sign off on this. That's up to them. This is the Democrats' problem, and people like Mitch McConnell, if you want to be a conservative and you want to be a leader, you need to stop being a hostage to the scary government shutdown rhetoric. They control all branches of government. Jen Psaki proclaiming today everything would be fine if Republicans started being adults. Okay, when are the Democrats going to be adults and let Republicans be a part of the negotiations? Because they haven't had a foot in the door the entire time. So let's cut out the Washington swamp BS. Circle back Jen Psaki.
We don't need to kick the can. We don't need to go through a cumbersome process that every day brings additional risks. And you heard many of the business leaders convey that, even as we look to risk tomorrow, the next day. As has been reported, the vote has been delayed. There's still an opportunity for Republicans to join us in being adults in the room and ensure that people have confidence in the economic security and their own retirement savings.
My message to Mitch, my message to every Republican in the Senate and Congress, do not give in to the threats and the insults and the doom and the gloom predictions. Oh, the full faith and credit of the United States government. They want the debt ceiling raised so they can spend trillions on new Green Deal socialism and destroy the greatest economy the world has ever known. kill the deal. Democrats, they wanted to govern. It's in their hands. They have the power to do all of this. They told the American people they were more than capable. So this is their agenda, and it will wither, and it will die. Don't help them. Don't bail them out either, because they created this mess. And stop this Build Back Better BS once and for all.